Good morning. Hello. It is Councillor Glen here, and it is Saturday, July the 8th, a beautiful day. I'm here today at Feedmill Creek, the Feedmill Creek stormwater pond, which is in Feedmill Creek Park, which is part of Timbermere. And if you're looking to explore this area of our community today, it's near the corner of Carp Road and Kitaway, kind of across from the Good Life Fitness building there. And a really nice scene, and there's some pathways around here. Can you see the ducks behind me there in the pond? Feedmill Creek is a really important water natural feature in our community. I know we often talk about Pool Creek, but Feedmill Creek's pretty significant as well. It starts here in the Timbermere neighborhood, which used to be a swamp, by the way. And then it heads over towards Jackson Trails, Potter's Key, Jackson Trails. The wetland is adjacent to the creek there in Jackson Trails. And then it heads up towards the Queensway, crosses underneath it, goes by Tanger Outlets. So if you're ever at Tanger Outlets, you can explore the area between Tanger Outlets and the Queensway, and that's Feedmill Creek in there. And then it continues kind of parallel to the Queensway where it meets up with the Carp River. And I think it's one of 11 tributaries that feed into the Carp River, something like that. Anyhow, if you're interested in learning more, go and Google Feedmill Creek Subwatershed Study, and there's some interesting documents there. I'll jump into our updates for this week. First of all, some good news. Some charges have been laid in relation to the serious assault that took place at Wyldewood Park about a month ago. That's good news. Police still would like to speak to other people who were there. So if you have any information, please contact police or Crime Stoppers, and you can find more information on my website or on the OttawaPublicHealth.ca website. In a similar vein, the Ottawa Police have launched a resident survey, and they're looking for feedback on basically what your priorities are and what your feedback is as a resident in terms of where Ottawa Police should be focusing resources. You can find that survey on the police website. I also posted it on my page as well, glengower.ca. And third thing on police, they released a press release, and Chief Eric Stubbs was in the media yesterday talking about this. There's been a significant rise in hate crimes in our Ottawa community. We are certainly not immune to that here in Stittsville. We've had a number of instances recently ranging from racist or hateful graffiti to some cases of harassment. So anyways, I urge you to check out that press release, and we'll perhaps be chatting a little bit more about this soon. I know I'm meeting with Chief Stubbs in a couple of weeks to talk about some community safety concerns, so more on that to come. Actually, we're doing a meeting on Monday evening with our Stittsville diversity group. We're going to be talking to a U of O researcher who's doing some interesting work about the experiences of new immigrants here in Canada. So if you'd like to attend, we've maybe have one or two spaces left that we can fill. So if that's of interest to you, please get in touch with me by email. Looking back through the week, I want to say a big thank you to all of the volunteers and everyone who took part in Canada Day, who came out to an event, who participated, organized an event, or volunteered at an event. We had a number of great activities here in Stittsville, so great job, everybody. And I know the weather got a little dicey there in the afternoon, but it's great to see the fireworks go off. So thanks to the Stittsville Village Association in particular for organizing that. Also, July 1st was the first day for kids riding free on OC Transpo. All kids 12 years old and under can now ride free on OC Transpo. So a great way to explore the city, get around the city. Check that out if you've got some kids. They can also ride on their own. If they're old enough and comfortable enough to ride on their own, that's great too. On OC Transpo, I was involved this week, a lot of media requests to talk about Pimisi Station and whether or not it has the capacity to handle large crowds. It does. On Canada Day, it was closed for a couple of hours before the fireworks so that the organizers of the Canada Day festivities at LeBreton Flats wouldn't be, there was long lineups to get onto the site, basically. And there was concern about lineups on Booth Street. It had really nothing to do with the capacity of Pimisi Station. There was a bit of misinformation going around there. The Pimisi Station was operational for Blues Fest Thursday night, Friday night, and by all accounts it worked really, really well. These are huge events. You know, Shania Twain had 30,000 people. Canada Day downtown can attract 100,000 people. So there's always going to be adjustments and changes to operations, but Pimisi Station itself was designed with large events in mind. That whole festival plaza around the War Museum is a major event site, so it will be able to handle crowds from Senators games, from Blues Fest, from future Canada Day events, and be augmented with buses because there's just so many people. And by Canada Day next year, actually, there'll be the new train line running between Bayview and Riverside South, line 2 on the train. So more mobility options for people leaving that site, whether it's for Blues Fest or Canada Day or anything else. 1650 Shea Road. We posted information about a site plan proposal there. There's some back-to-back townhomes and so on. It's on Shea Road in the Edenwild neighborhood, so if you live near there, you're interested, check out my website. We also posted a recap of the Wetlands meeting from, it's almost 2 weeks ago now, that was organized by residents about some proactive measures to protect wetlands and natural areas west of Stittsville. So check that out if you're interested. They're looking for people to sign up if you're interested in getting information or if you're interested in getting involved. So more information on my website. Looking ahead a little bit, Highway 417, that's the Queensway, is going to be closed at Bronson next weekend, July 13th to 17th. They're going to be doing a rapid replacement of the highway bridge. They've done these a number of times before, but it means a complete closure of Bronson, the Bronson Bridge, where it crosses, where the Queensway crosses Bronson Avenue. So if you're heading downtown or heading to the east side of the city, plan accordingly. There will be detours in place, but that's going to be a massive change to transportation. Maybe consider taking OC Transpo because the train bypasses that entirely. Huntmar Maple Grove intersection, you might have seen some signs going up in the last week or so. They will be starting reconstruction or upgrades of that intersection very, very soon. It'll be to add some turning lanes and improve the pedestrian and cyclist safety there. So that's good. And Cherry Drive, you've probably seen some activity if you live near Cherry Drive. The resurfacing work is going to be starting very soon, basically just south of Fernbank Road. Some events today and coming up. Kiwanis of Canada Stittsville is organizing a garage sale today at Village Square Park. So check that out if you're a garage sailor. This weekend and every Saturday there's the vendors market at Stittsville United Church, corner of Stittsville, Main and Fernbank. Lots of vendors there. And the market at the barn every Sunday at the barn next to Village Square Park. And then July 22nd, coming up is an event called West Side Pride. This is basically a pride event for the West End of Ottawa, and it's happening right here in Stittsville at Alexander Grove Park, so a couple Saturdays from now. I have some reminders before I go. Number one, if you haven't already, sign up to my email newsletter. We're just about to go over 9,000 subscribers, which is incredible, which means that basically 1 out of every 2 households in Stittsville subscribe to my newsletter. Awesome. So for the other half, go sign up. It's on my website. Look for the newsletter link at the top of the page. Reminder to call 311. 311 if you see anything that needs attention on city property, for example, a garbage can that might need emptying at a park, maybe some spray paint or vandalism somewhere, a street light that's out, maybe some wild parsnip on public property, call 311. Now, I know I've heard from people they don't like to stay on hold. There is a callback option, so if you listen to the prompts, you can tell 311 to call you back when the operator's free. So a good tip there. Reminder number 2, or is this reminder number 3? Newsletter 311, this is reminder number 3. Traffic, slow down, follow the speed limit, come to a full stop. All these little things can make a huge difference in traffic safety and keep our community safe, especially with more people cycling and walking around the community because of the summer months. Thank you for your cooperation. And it's a cooler day today, but we have had heat warnings throughout the week. Check out OttawaPublicHealth.ca for some great tips about staying cool. And if you know someone who might have health issues or not have air conditioning, if you've got a neighbor or friend in the community, please check in with them and make sure they're doing okay. There's lots of places where people can cool off. Come to the Cardell Rec Center, go to your local library, maybe a movie theater, or you know, a shopping mall. Lots of places with AC to cool off. Want to make sure everybody's okay when we have these heat events. That's it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in as you do every week. I'm going to take some time off this summer, so the next 2 weeks, I think that's the 15th and the 22nd, I will not be doing this update. I'll miss you, but I hope you have a good month of July, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.